In a crash that killed 3 people is in a Florida jail. Will stay there after a judge denied his bond just hours ago. The case prompted the White House to act after the suspect obtained his license despite failing English and road sign tests.
There's actually an online petition, people. No joke. Let's just take a look at it and read it and see exactly what it says. It says, "We, the undersigned, urge Governor Ron DeSantis and the Florida Board of Executive Clemency to re-examine and reduce the sentence for a 28-year-old truck driver involved in a fatal U-turn crash on Florida's Turnpike in South Florida." And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you, because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day, y'all, twice a day. Now, y'all, you have probably heard by now about Harjinder Singh. He is the Indian national, the person from the country of India, who is here in the United States and recently has been working as a truck driver. And just a few weeks ago, he made a fatal mistake where he attempted to do just a sudden illegal U-turn with his huge tractor trailer, leading to a car that was behind him slamming into the trailer and killing 3 people that were inside. This has been a huge story. You've probably heard of it by now. I am predicting that this is the story, that this is the situation that is going to probably permanently change the immigration conversation in this country. See, as of recently, the whole immigration conversation has been criminal aliens versus, hey, this person's been here for 20 years and they're just trying to earn an honest living, right? But see, here with Harjinder Singh, we have a person who is not, when you say criminal alien, this is not the person you're talking about. You're normally talking about a violent criminal who preys on people, who robs, who steals, who violates people, who kills people. So that's who you're talking about when you say criminal alien. But see, this situation with Harjinder Singh is showing that someone doesn't have to be a violent criminal to cause harm and to cause death and chaos, right? A person can be someone who is just trying to do the right thing, but maybe due to customs, maybe due to lack of understanding, maybe due to any of a million different reasons, they can still cause death and destruction, even if by accident. So a lot of people, and I've been looking at people talking about this Harjinder Singh situation, and people will say, well, he murdered those people. Other people will say, it was negligent homicide, whatever the case may be. However you slice it, he's definitely responsible for the 3 people who died. He's responsible for their death. But I don't think anybody would say he was trying to kill somebody, right? He was doing something that was deadly, reckless, and it resulted in death. And I think that is the reason why this situation is likely to change the debate, because the debate had been about law-abiding people versus violent people. Well, Harjinder Singh didn't do anything violent, but he did do something that was extremely reckless that resulted in death. So now, in my opinion, the conversation is not just going to be about, well, who's out here preying on people. It's going to be people who are in the United States who are driving on our roads who can't understand the road signs. They're not violent criminals, maybe, probably, but that's a danger. And you're going to see this conversation filter out into other areas of American society. And this person, Harjinder Singh, is going to be the poster child for the danger of a person who's in the country. And I don't know, I don't know if he has permission or not. Okay. I don't know if he has permission or not. But so first, what we're going to do is just take a brief look at exactly what happened and what is the latest with Harjinder Singh. And then we're going to take a look at a petition that has millions of signatures that is really causing people online, on X in particular, a lot of consternation. An online petition with millions of signatures in support of Harjinder Singh. Let's take a look. But before we do, y'all, make sure you take care of your money. I'm not going to make this a long one, y'all. Go to Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com, or call 844-651-8334, 844-651-8334. If you have $50,000 to $100,000 or more in your retirement, protected from inflation, protected from monetary debasement. You're about to retire. Make sure your money's still there and it's still worth something by investing at least some of it in gold. Talk to our partners at Augusta Precious Metals. Go click the link now, get the free information, and protect your precious retirement.
In a crash that killed 3 people is in a Florida jail. Will stay there after a judge denied his bond just hours ago. The case prompted the White House to act after the suspect obtained his license despite failing English and road sign tests. Madison Scarpino is live with this story. Hi, Madison.
Hi, Rich. 28-year-old Harjinder Singh had his first court appearance this morning after that deadly Florida crash. He's facing 3 counts of vehicular homicide, 3 counts of manslaughter, and he has not yet entered a plea of guilty or not guilty. Today's hearing was quick. There was a translator for Singh interpreting everything the judge was saying, and this is why the judge says Singh cannot have bond.
The defendant is an unauthorized alien, a substantial flight risk, and there are no conditions of release that will ensure your appearance at trial.
Now, all this comes after Singh allegedly killed 3 people on a Florida highway earlier this month. Video shows Singh making an illegal U-turn in an 18-wheeler while a minivan crashes into the truck. After the crash, officials say Singh fled back to California, but Thursday, he was extradited back to Florida, and Fox got this exclusive video of his arrival. Singh was escorted by Florida Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins, and Governor Ron DeSantis tells Fox Singh is going to face serious justice. Now, questions still remain as to how Singh was issued both a California and a Washington state commercial driver's license, and all of that is under investigation.
So I feel like when something like this happens, you wonder, what are the structural problems that would result? What are the structural problems that would result in this? And you think about who gave him his CDL license, right? If he couldn't read and write English. And also what company hired him and what kind of background check or what kind of checks did they provide? So the company might even be in trouble, it looks like.
Governor DeSantis says the federal government is revoking the business license of the trucking company that hired Singh.
Things can happen in business. This is a guy that didn't understand English, and you're putting him in charge of this massive vehicle, and obviously the consequences were deadly.
And now, as a result of this, predictably, Singh's situation has resulted in a temporary ban on all people coming to this country for CDL purposes, y'all. So you see what I'm saying? This is like the final straw, because again, Mr. Singh, he's not your criminal alien in the sense of a violent criminal, but he did something that resulted in the loss of life. And it is his fault.
Already here, Secretary of State Marco Rubio is responding to a story that we've been covering extensively, which is the deadly Florida crash allegedly caused by an illegal immigrant who was granted a commercial driver's license in both California and Washington state. Secretary Rubio posted this on X saying, effective immediately, we are pausing all issuance of worker visas for commercial truck drivers. The increasing number of foreign drivers operating large tractor trailer trucks on U.S. roads is endangering American lives and undercutting the livelihoods of American truckers. So it is state law that dictates whether or not an illegal alien can get a commercial driver's license. But what Secretary of State Marco Rubio is doing here is different. Can you explain that?
Yes, this is, first of all, he's putting Americans' public safety ahead of illegal immigrants or anything else. But he can decide who can get a new visa to come in here and work as a truck driver. So he's pausing that, saying we're at least pausing it until we could figure out a way to make sure everyone that's doing so can do so safely. Because remember, this person wasn't even able to pass basic driver tests, didn't even speak English, and it seems like that should be a minimal requirement for driving commercial trucking in this country, that you know what the road signs say, know what they mean, and can understand them.
So now there's actually an online petition, people. No joke. Let's just take a look at it and read it and see exactly what it says. It says, we, the undersigned, urge Governor Ron DeSantis and the Florida Board of Executive Clemency to re-examine and reduced the sentence for a 28-year-old truck driver involved in a fatal U-turn crash on Florida's Turnpike in South Florida. This was a tragic accident, not a deliberate act. While accountability matters, the severity of the charges against him does not align with the circumstances of the incident. Key considerations and precedent. No criminal intent or history. The incident was a catastrophe, not a criminal act. The driver has no prior record and fully cooperated with the authorities. Appropriate sentencing. That guy should be given the harshest possible punishment, please. So this is a quote. They're quoting what somebody else said. That guy should be given the harshest possible punishment, please. Relevant precedent. Aguilera-Mederos case. In Colorado, a driver, Rogel Aguilera-Mederos, initially received a 110-year sentence for a fatal crash resulting in 4 deaths. Following a massive public outcry and a petition that garnered over 5 million signatures, Governor Jared Polis commuted his sentence to 10 years with parole eligibility after 5 years. Judicial acknowledgement of unfairness. In that case, even the sentencing judge admitted that the mandatory minimum sentencing laws compelled him to impose the lengthy term and that, quote, if I had the discretion, it would not be my sentence. Demonstrated effectiveness of public advocacy. The Aguilera-Mederos case illustrates how collective voices can catalyze judicial reform. Conclusion. By granting clemency, you would affirm the value of proportional justice, the power of community advocacy, and the potential for rehabilitation. We believe this case is not just about one individual. It speaks to the broader principles of fairness and mercy in the justice system. This is by Collective Punjabi Youth. Now, y'all, first of all, I'm going to say about this petition that I know this is already ruffling people's feathers. It already is. But this is a political situation at this point. Where ideally it would be treated as a, vehicular homicide or manslaughter or whatever the case may be, whatever the appropriate charges are. He's undoubtedly responsible for those people's death. And I think in a typical situation, prison time would be appropriate, right? So I don't think there's any typical situation where he just gets off, right? But this has risen to a political level. As you can see, even the Secretary of State is responding with a ban on people coming to the country. So at this point, this is going to be fought out not only in the court, but also in the court of public opinion and in the court of politics. So I would like for y'all to let me know what you think about this. Can we please keep this, instead of going off into his background and his race, can we please keep the comments respectful on this? One thing I will say is, as a person who as a American born and raised, and I have driven extensively in what is often rated as the world's worst place for drivers, like the most dangerous country to drive in. I will tell you that some of the things you will see regularly, as in their habitual way of driving, would drive you crazy. So when someone comes here and they may bring those customs here, it is their fault when something happens, and justice must be served. But I think that the true blame for this sort of thing, when someone's driving with a license and that person is not qualified to obtain that license, I think the true blame is on the authorities that gave them that license. Now, if he gets in this truck with no license, he never attempted to get a license, and he's just driving around, that's different. But someone gave him permission for him to drive. They're telling him you are qualified. Okay? So while he has his responsibility, whoever told him he's qualified to drive on United States roads, in my opinion, has more responsibility, because he didn't just take it upon himself to just hop in that truck. I mean, he obtained permission first, and then he hopped in the truck and made this fatal error. But he didn't just do it But he didn't do that without first obtaining permission. So in my opinion, the responsibility is on him, but the greater responsibility is on whoever evaluated him and gave him permission and said, yeah, we're going to stamp you with approval. You can drive on United States roads. You're ready, buddy. You're ready. Whoever that and whatever that process is, in my opinion, has the greater responsibility. I want y'all to let me know what you think, please, down in the comments. But before you do, please stop, hit the share button, share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all of your favorite social mediums. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. For my people with a retirement, check out our link, Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com. There you're going to find information about why you should protect your retirement with the oldest, longest, strongest, hardest money mankind has ever known. You know I'm talking about gold. And call my people at Augusta Precious Metals at 844-651-8334. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. We'll see you back in the next one.